I'm gonna ask y'all something real quick. What is the number one reason people end up in hell? Is it murder? Is it sexual assault? Is it cheating on your spouse? Is it lying? Is it stealing? It's none of those, not even close. It's gossiping. This is a massive problem. Everyone in the world is guilty of this sin. We do it all the time. We do it, some of us do it for fun, and don't realize the magnitude of how this affects other people and affects our own soul. Gossiping is the number one reason why people end up in hell. Because the thing is, it's one of those sins that it's so subtle. It's such a private thing. You know, you're not really hurting someone per se, not at the moment at least. And a lot of times we feel good. There's like this sort of like feeling that we get when you hear juicy gossip or you're sharing juicy gossip with other people. Right? We're all guilty of that. The majority of people think it's gossiping's fun. Give me the tea, spill the tea. But the reality is it's an evil and vile act that destroys relationships and destroys entire communities. Because what you're essentially doing when you're gossiping is you're manipulating the mind of another person by defaming another person's character behind their backs. You are, in a literal sense, manipulating the reality of the person you're talking about to have a negative outcome, i.e., you're casting a spell. So gossiping starts out as a thought. You hear a voice telling you to share juicy news about a friend or acquaintance, and then once you do share it, you feel excited, you feel good, right? You get that excitement, like, oh yeah, I got a nice reaction, right? And then this gossip that you shared eventually spreads and then becomes a rumor, and then eventually manifests to become this person's reality. So this initial thought that you received, this voice that you heard, was a demon. And that feeling of excitement that you got that made you feel good after you shared the news was the demon rewarding you and making you feel good for not only cursing the other person, also cursing yourself. This is very similar to that sexual urge, the horniness feeling that you get out of nowhere that causes you to fornicate, cheat on your spouse, or self-pleasure, or just lust in general. Okay, guys, very, very similar. Different type of demon, but a very similar feeling. At the end of the day, it causes you to sin. And you know, guys, the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that this is literally their favorite pastime, is hearing the latest juicy news and sharing it to the rest of the world to get that reaction, to feed their demon. So my mission with this video is to spread awareness to the seriousness of this sin so we can defeat these demons once and for all and make it to paradise. Let's get started. So what is backbiting? Backbiting is the act of talking about another person when they're not around and saying things that they would not like if they heard you. So these include rumors, it includes personal secrets, and it includes jokes. So guys, you have to realize that when people backbite you, it's essentially propaganda against you in order to defame your character and raise their own status above yours. So usually that's the main rationale behind it. The thing about backbiting that makes it really sensitive and really tricky is that even if what you're saying is true about this person, it's still considered backbiting and still considered a major sin. And the thing is, guys, is that you can actually sense when people talk about you. We've all experienced this. You know, you're coming in maybe to work, maybe to school, you walk into a room and there's this thickness in the air that you can literally slice with a butter knife. You always know, we'll always know who it is that's talking about us, right? Because they're refusing to make eye contact. They kind of have like their body turned away from us always. And when they do look at us, it's kind of like a little cocky smile. So this negative energy that you're sensing is demons. Because if we could look in the spiritual realm, when people talk about you, it's literally demons coming out of their mouth to go and attack you and make you feel insecure, make you feel anxious, and in extreme cases depressed, even suicidal. Okay guys, that gossiping, it can lead to very serious consequences. So this tension that you feel can grow over time if it's not addressed, to the point where an actual argument can occur, and sometimes these arguments can have tragic outcomes. If you grew up in a rough neighborhood, you understand how bad it can get when people find out that other people are talking bad about them. Backbiting doesn't have to necessarily be just through words. Okay, that's the most powerful way. But also texting. If you're texting someone, or even social media, you write like a mean comment or a DM, you DM someone, you're saying like mean things about another person. This also activates demons to go attack this person. So we gotta be made aware of these things, guys. So what's the big deal? What makes gossiping so bad? So the thing is that gossiping creates enmity between two individuals. It creates tension, creates arguments, and ultimately destroys relationships between two individuals. And on a macro societal level, it destroys entire communities. So for example, let's say you work in a toxic environment where everyone gossips, right? The whole office is gossiping about everybody, and they might be gossiping about you, and then you go home to your family, and then you take it out on your wife, you take it out on your husband, you take it on your kids, your parents, etc. And then they go on and take it out on other people, right? So this is the chain reaction, creates a lower vibration for everybody. So gossiping can lead to job loss, it can lead to stress-induced diseases, it can lead to anxiety, depression, even suicide. Okay, it can get so bad that people, especially younger people that are middle school, high school, college, they get bullied so bad that they take away their own lives. So another thing is you're gonna notice with chronic backbiters or gossip queens, as I like to call them, is a lot of times they stay stagnant in life. Either they stay at the same job forever, or they go from job to job to job because they get let go so often because they're always talking poison. And then on the opposite spectrum, you're gonna notice that people that are blessed by God never talk about other people. So what are some exceptions when it comes to backbiting? Okay, so there's a very thin line when it comes to backbiting, but in certain situations, it's okay. So if you're talking about another person to warn the individual that you're talking to about this person, let's say this person is a known liar, is a known fraudster, they're a scammer, things of that nature, then it's okay to warn this person about this individual. As long as it's true, as long as it's been confirmed and it's not, he said, she said sort of thing. It's also okay to talk about people if you're complimenting them. You're complimenting their work ethic, something to do with their personality, that's okay as well. How they do business, so if they're ethical or non-ethical. For relationship purposes, so let's say for example, your friend wants to marry this person that they're interested in. It's okay to tell them the honest truth of what you think about this person based on your interactions of this person in the past. And last but not least, to defend them. So if someone again is gossiping about this individual, always strive your best to defend this person because God loves this and he's gonna give you a lot of credits, a lot of good deed credits, I like to call them, for defending this person. Especially if this person is also a man or woman of God. So why do people gossip? What is the deal with people just talking smack all the time? That's the real big question here. So number one, it's because they're trying to get revenge. Something happened between you guys where there's anger at you, and it's a subtle form of revenge that is not, it's passive, right? It's not in your face, but maybe they're gonna do a few little smart remarks about your character and slowly defame you over time. So this is very common, and it's not necessarily where you guys, there's anger at you. Maybe they just don't like you because you're you. Maybe it's because they're jealous or envious of something that you have, a quality that you have that they don't. Just always know, guys, that it's never you, it's them. If someone's gossiping about you, it's always them. Number two, jealousy/envy. So people gossip because they want to raise their own status versus yours. And the easiest way to do this is to backbite you and ruin your character image in the mind of other people. To join in on the /fit in with the crowd. All right, guys, so you're gonna notice that when people are gossiping, other people join in. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you walk into a room, two people are gossiping, and then another individual walks in they listen to the gossip and they hear how juicy it is, and they want to jump in. They say, oh yeah, that's true, he does do that. Yeah, that's kind of weird, huh? So people do this unintentionally because they want to fit in. Maybe this is the only opportunity that they've had in a long time to chime in and sort of connect with other individuals. Unfortunately, these people are deceived, and this is not the way to try to fit in with the crowd. Number 4, to make people laugh. Okay guys, so if you're making fun of people, this also counts as backbiting and is also considered a major sin. It's not good to make fun of people, to spite people. Boredom. Okay, so if this is their go-to conversation, where, you know, there's an awkward silence and all of a sudden it's like, so have you heard of what Bill's been up to? Or have you heard of what Cheryl's been up to? And then they just share other people's personal secrets to you out of the blue. That's like their go-to. Massive red flags everywhere. First off, you need to try your best to never tell this person anything about you ever, okay? Because 100,000% they're gonna use it against you. Second of all, do not engage with this person when they gossip. If you do engage, try to defend the people that they're talking about if you can. Okay, we gotta try our best to shut this sort of behavior down when you see it. So why is gossiping so prevalent in society? Okay guys, we have to remember that Satan, the moment that you're born into this world, you are indoctrinated by society to believe that gossiping is normal and that it's okay and that everyone does it. You look at the movies, you look at television, you look at the news, you look at music. What do you see all the time? You see people talking smack. People are always complaining about other groups of people. People are always complaining about certain individuals and talking smack. Okay, this is all done by design, guys. Okay, because when you see other people doing things, monkey see, monkey do. Your subconscious takes it in, and then it eventually becomes your reality. You start doing it yourself because everyone else is doing it. Pure deception. This is honestly genius level deception. We have entire TV shows dedicated to gossip. Entertainment Tonight, gossiping. TMZ Live, gossiping. Breakfast Club, gossiping. Holy Scriptures talking about the dangers of backbiting. All right, so first up, we got Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness on thy neighbor. So God is telling Moses here that we must not tell lies against other people. Surah Al-Hujurat, verse 11 through 12. Do not defame one another, nor call each other offensive nicknames. How evil is it to act rebelliously after having faith? So God is warning you. He's telling you that calling people offensive nicknames and defaming other people behind their back is an evil act, and that we need to avoid it as much as possible. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it and indulge it will eat its fruit and bear the consequences of their words. So this is one of my favorite verses in the Bible, because Jesus is telling you straight up that with your words, you quite literally have the power to bless people or curse people. You essentially have the power to manipulate reality for other people. Okay? Many people are asleep to this reality. Little known fact, guys, is that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said himself that the majority of men and women end up in the grave because of evil lie, because of envy, because of backbiting. So we need to realize the gravity of this sin. And even though it may feel like it's nothing, it's inconsequential, it has massive consequences because it happens so often. So we gotta try our best to bite our tongue and not hurt our brothers and sisters and try to raise each other up. Because we're all in this together, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is a sin that everyone in the world struggles with, because it is a part of our fleshy nature. We just do it without even thinking. So don't feel bad if you felt convicted during this video, because everyone does it. But at least now you have the awareness of how bad this is and what you need to work on. So God bless you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Take care, y'all. Thank you.